Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker was ruined by Disney and J.J. Abrams, and it's about everything. So many things. Not only was this the worst Star Wars movie I've ever seen, it's probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It's worse than Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. This movie is basically Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 combined into one film with none of the character development of the series and none of the plot build-up. Pacing wise, this movie was fucking all over the place. It felt like J.J. Abrams was writing this movie in a room alone with nothing but just his laptop and just a pound of cocaine. The first, about half of the movie is just quick. We gotta go here. We gotta do this. We gotta pick this up. We gotta just fast. And it doesn't settle down. And then in the middle, it gets a little too slow, and then fast. And then slow, and then fast. And then it just eggs on. Like, The Irishman was 3.5 hours. Did not feel as long as this movie. Big decision making. Let's talk about big decision making. Because in The Last Jedi, there was a lot of them. Very bold movie. And this, nothing. Every single big decision he makes in this movie, and there are some pretty bold things that happen. Literally a scene later, he reverses it. Like, he's so scared that he's gonna set one group of fans off. He'll do something crazy, and then right then, and it never happened. It makes zero fucking sense. Let's talk about the characters. I'm gonna make a spoiler review because I can't really talk about the characters that much without giving away spoilers. So, Rey. Pretty much every decision they made with her was bad. Just bad. And, the character is, still written well. I still like Rey, but just the way they decided just to, retcon her backstory and just change it into something else, the way they went with that, for me, it didn't work. Everything they did with Kylo Ren worked very well. He was the best part of this movie. Up until one scene. Spoiler review. But the chemistry, they started to build chemistry, but the thing is, this is the last movie. It's too little too late. I would have liked to seen this in the first or second movie, but now, I don't care. Emotional things will happen to these characters, and I don't care because there's no investment going on in any of these characters. And while, there is certain, chemistry, and they, kind of mesh well, at the same time, they lie to each other, they keep secrets from each other, they just insult each other. So, there is this, friendly banter, but, it doesn't really feel like Anakin and Obi-Wan and Padme and Han and Luke and Leia. And speaking of Leia, I hate to say it, but her scenes really did bother me. I don't think the using of old footage really worked. It did kind of feel out of place for me, and that's just a little nitpicky thing. She wasn't really in the movie all that much, but it did feel out of place. And once again, they should have ended her storyline in The Last Jedi. There was no point of her being in this movie. But, the whole nostalgia thing in general just got on my nerves, because, it carries the movie. It's everywhere, and it's not even the nostalgia I want to see. No, prequel love still, and it's just, it relies on that so much in the movie. When there's nothing to do, just, look what happened there, and it's just, I don't care. I don't care about the old. I want to see the new, and it relies so heavy on it, and it just bogs you down, just hits you straight in the face. Also, not a spoiler because he's literally on the poster and in trailers, but Palpatine it didn't work. Nothing in this movie worked. And they literally, they retconned The Last Jedi. Last Jedi retconned Force Awakens. And they tried to just shoehorn this villain in. And it didn't work. He was only in it for, probably, 10 minutes maybe. And he was only used to be just this big bad, and that's not the way they should have gone. I know they killed Snoke, but they could have figured out something else. They did not have to go this route, and it's just like it tried to just shoehorn more nostalgia in, and it's just like it's cool to see him back, but like for the story again, it's relying so hard on the old and making fans happy, and it didn't push anything forward. It didn't do anything new, and it just fell apart. A lot of people are having issues with the new like force powers for some reason. I thought they were cool. You know, I like to see the force evolve and just see new things, and there were. You might not like it. I actually like was one of the only things I did like in the movie. Um, if you like lightsaber fights, there's not really a memorable one because there's like 50 of them. All in all, this movie was just a major disappointment. Very underwhelming. Again, worst Star Wars movie I've seen, and it's just so disappointing because The Force Awakens started off so well and there was so much promise. Last Jedi was kind of a hiccup, but instead of just trying to work off of that, they get rid of everything, and it's like there have been two like introduction movies, and then this movie tries to be 10 different movies in one, and like there's too much going on. There's not a straight story. I mean, and all of it was just like blockbustery, and there was no streamlined story. You don't care about the characters. The paths they go on, the decisions they make were bad. I hated it. If I were to give this movie a rating, um, 1 out of 10. I mean, seriously, this movie, like, not just because I'm bitter about the Star Wars stuff, just as a movie, so fucking bad. So messy, exposition everywhere. I mean, they're literally telling you so many things in the movie, and it's just lazy writing. I mean, I get, like, it is Disney and it's a Star Wars movie, but, like, it's pandering. It's not even trying to be anything complex. It's just, here's the movie, that's it. But I'm going to make a spoiler review because I have so many thoughts on this movie. There's so many things I hate, and I just want to get my initial reactions out. Don't see this movie. Like, don't see it. Do not see it. Like and subscribe, but do not see the movie. Just don't. Save yourself 2.5 hours and $15. You're welcome.